Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of SUI, AVAX, HBAR and Dogecoin. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget and Bybit. But as you can see, I already highlighted you it here, the taker fees are far much lower than on the other top crypto exchanges. And on top of that, you can get an additional 20% discount on those low taker fees if you use my referral link, which you can find in the video description. 100 pers, 0 fees, just on mexc, and here you can trade some popular altcoins without any fees on mexc. So let's get to SUI. What did we say about SUI yesterday? We have said here ascending triangle, which broke to the upside, which got its retest target $3.30. We hit that target, so let me delete that chart pattern like this. So what I was thinking is that we have here our first down move. Then we get a correction to the upside, which even gets us into the fair value gap, and afterwards we sell off. So now I have, let's say a verification for that, because we have a rectangle. So that here is the rectangle. So if it breaks to the upside, now let's talk about the rectangle first. The rectangle is a unique chart pattern, which if it breaks to the upside, we take the spread of that rectangle, put it then to the breakout point. If it breaks to the downside, we do the same. The unique thing is that rectangles tend to be getting their target in both directions. Means if we get a breakout over $3.29, target of that rectangle, $3.40. Yeah, this is what we have here, the fair value gap. Afterwards, we go for the target down here. Means we sell off, break the rectangle again to the downside, and get into the $3.08, which is the target of the rectangle if we break it to the downside. So I think for a rectangle, it's more important in which direction we break to the upside or to the downside. So if we break to the upside first, then we are going to get, with a high chance, a breakout to the downside, and then we have to see if we are not just going to sell off a bit more. If we break to the downside first and we push then to the upside, then it can even get bullish, or we also sell you off. That's what we have to see afterwards. But what I would do is I would wait for the $3.29 breaking to the upside. Then I would take a long trade into the fair value gap. I think this is going to get closed very fast. I don't think that we will take days for it. I think maybe a few hours, and we get into that area, take profit, and then we have to see what is going to happen. Because in my opinion, if the $3.50 breaks to the upside, then I can be positive for SUI again, and we can expect a nice push to the upside. So that's the scenario which I have in mind. If we also lose the $3.07, for example like this, we get something like this, and we get here our low, then this can also be a double bottom pattern, which afterwards breaks to the upside and we can get a nice push. But if we lose that as well, then we have a fair value gap even down to $2.76 for SUI. So let me delete this one out. So small recap, the two key levels here, $3.18 and $3.29, are essential, breaking to the upside or breaking to the downside, and then we can think about the next step for SUI. So what about AVAX? For AVAX, nothing happened, nothing which I would trade. We have set here in orange falling wedge, which is very sharp. So if it breaks to the upside, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm going to take the trade at 21.3 US dollar. Then it would be good because this is resistance. If we break it to the upside, target $22.5. If we lose the support, I have to move this price mark. So if we lose the support, which is currently the $19.87, then I think we can drop to $19.27. If we also lose that price mark, then I will look for chart patterns which are going to tell me the direction and the take profit areas for AVAX. So what about HBAR? We have said for HBAR that we have here in rectangle, which broke to the upside, which got its retest target 16.8 cents. We hit that target. So let me take this one out. Like I said, now we can actually take it on the chart and move it. Like I said, rectangles are unique. They also break to the downside and get to their target. So what I see here is a double top pattern. If it breaks sustainable to the downside, we have to go into the 1 hour chart for that. If we break it to the downside, get a retest, and it's short to me into the area 16.1 cents. I will also put you here price mark. So afterwards we have to see, are we going to hold the 16.1 cents? For example, we get something like this. Then we have here also a double bottom pattern, which is bullish, which can break to the upside, which can get us also higher prices. If we lose the 16.1 cents to the downside, then we are going to hit the target of the rectangle, this one here. We can even drop lower down to 15.4 cents where we have the next support. Afterwards, it's just looking, we don't have enough data yet, but it can also be an inverted head and shoulders formatation afterwards, which breaks to the upside bullish pattern, and we can expect higher prices. So for now we can't say anything about that because those chart patterns didn't develop yet. I can still think, as long as we don't break the 16.5 cents to the downside, and we break, for example, this resistance here, which are the both tops here at almost 17 cents, then we also have here a rectangle target. I can put you that on the chart, but I want to do it then clean, like this. We do it like this. We take the spread, put it then to the breakout point. Target 17.4 cents. So this is also going to get very interesting. If we break it to the upside, it's also possible to trade it, in my opinion. So what about Dogecoin? For Dogecoin, we have said that we have here a breakout and we can push into the fair value gap. This didn't happen in one go. So let me take out this and we will talk about this. Now, what I see at the moment is a double bottom pattern. If it breaks to the upside at 19.4 cents, then it would be positive and we can expect a push at least to 20 cents for Dogecoin. We can also overshoot it to the target 20.3 cents. But that's also something which I would long for sure. But to be more confident that Dogecoin maybe has a bullish turn, I want to see the 20.7 cents breaking to the upside. I can also move the target a bit. Let's see if it changes. No, 20.7 cents. If that green trend line breaks to the upside, then I can be confident and can say, okay, this is worth a good long position, because afterwards we can expect higher prices, depending for sure on what kind of chart patterns we are going to develop. So if we go into the 50 minutes chart, then we can see the first sign that we should at least get into the area 19.4 cents. And this is the falling wedge in bright blue. This one here. So if we break it to the upside, and it looks like that we are going to break it and get a nice retest, then I can expect a push at least to 19.4 cents, 19.5 cents even. And afterwards we have to see if we also break it to the upside, then the 20 cents are incoming, in my opinion, with a very high chance. That's also worth a long trade. If we just take it from 19.5 cents to 20 cents, that's still 3% without leverage, and I think this push can happen within a few hours. We don't need days for it, so this might be a nice day trade. So, what I don't want to see is breaking the 18.2 cents to the downside. We can sell off. Then we have here the left shoulder, here a possible head, and afterwards we maybe get another shoulder. Then we have an inverted head and shoulders formatation and can push to the upside. So far I don't see it, but this is just possible. Like I said, the key level which we have right now is the 19.46 cents. If we break it to the upside, 20 cents. If we also break the 20 cents to the upside, 20.3 cents. Here's the target, the price mark of that target. And yeah, that's what we have at the moment. So, thank you for watching, and we see each other in the next altcoin update, where we talk about Randa, Tau, Kaspa, and ONDO.